The quality of your life is directly correlated to the quality of your communication. Tony Robbins says this all the time, and very high level people like Myron Golden stand by this statement. But why? Because when you know how to communicate what is in your head and express that verbally and articulate a thought into a word, into a sentence that resonates with another human being, you will always be paid a lot of money. You will always have good quality of relationships because most times the issues happen in relationships because of a lack of communication. Most times people don't close deals, not because their offer is not good, not because they don't have something valuable, not because they're not a good person, but the guy right next to you, the girl right next to you, they know how to sell. But what is selling? Selling is not hard closing. Selling is not having the best script or objection. Selling is communicating your offer the most effectively. Maybe you're someone who always says your ums, likes, rights, you knows, ahs. Stop. Just stop. It can be done, I promise you. I grew up a very, very shy kid to the point where I couldn't talk to anyone to save my life, literally. Listen to a previous episode and you'll hear me telling stories about how bad it was. I was super shy, super, super shy. And I have embarrassing stories to back this up. And the funny part was that my little league baseball coach commented on a Facebook post that I made a few days ago. And he said, I agree. I was talking about my shyness stories. I agree. I coached Cody in little league when he was 9 years old. And he was extremely shy. He was very, very, very quiet, but he was a nice kid. And now I speak for a living and I teach people how to speak. Why though? It's because I got out of my own way. I understood that I had a deficit in a certain area of my life and I made that weakness a strength. You might be noticing now, but you've probably not heard me say any or like in anything that I've said, unless I'm using intention like a metaphor. The reason why, though, is because I got very, very deliberate about realizing that my speech, my communication, my words needed to be improved on because I was so shy I couldn't talk to anyone. But why? I could talk to a best friend, I could talk to family, but if I didn't know the person or I wasn't comfortable around them, maybe you're that person. Maybe you're shy, but when you're comfortable, you open wide up. So that goes to show you that it's not that you don't know how to communicate, but you have so many limiting beliefs and limiting decisions going on in your mind that you've made either consciously or unconsciously that are keeping you stuck. For the last 7 years, I've helped people rewire their brain and letting go of old patterns, behaviors, thoughts, identities that no longer serve them. Reaching the very top level of neurolinguistic programming, we get very good at working on someone's beliefs and their values and their identity, helping them shift those to new empowering beliefs, thinking something different about themselves. Now what I specialize in is teaching human behavior and teaching effective communication to make you a powerful speaker. So whether you're trying to sell on a stage, whether you're trying to do a podcast and get your message out there, or simply do a one-to-one phone call and connect with someone and show the value in what you do so that you can make more money, because you deserve it if you have a good product and service. If you're passionate in what you do and you have something valuable, I believe you deserve to make money in the marketplace. And it saddens me to see so many people don't because they can't express what they do in a way where people want to buy. And you don't need to live like that. You don't need to stay stuck like that. And I'm telling you from firsthand experience because I got through it. There's a few different ways you can look at this. If you're looking to go to a mountaintop, you can either try to get there alone and potentially get lost, most likely turn around, never make it. You can follow someone up who's walking on that journey with you in real time. You can ask someone who's been there for directions, or you can have someone guide you that's been there many times before. And when it comes to my ability to understand human behavior and then translate it in a way where we tie it all back to sales, to communication, so that you can get better, it's unparalleled. But why do I do this? Is it because I want to make money? Absolutely. I love making money. I believe we should all be making money. If you do good stuff with money, money should be coming to you left and right. I tithe my 10% to my church. I help people around me. I use my blessings to be, I use my blessings to be a blessing to other people. It's that term, we are blessed to be a blessing. And so when I think about it that way, I think, dang, I really deserve money. But it took a lot of years of reprogramming old beliefs, old patterns, old thoughts, old identity about being unworthy of making money or making so much money in a short period of time that I was like, dude, I was always told you got to work hard for your money. I didn't work hard. I just worked smart using my mind and using my voice. But you can too. When is the time that you start to rewrite your story and realize that the person that you used to be does not need to be the person that you're becoming? And very simply, if the person that you were is who you are now, that means there's been no growth, no evolution there. At the core, you're always going to be a child of God. You're always going to be the same person, but you should be always and constantly evolving and chasing the never-ending improvement, because it is never-ending. The second that it ends, your ego is in the way, thinking that you know it all. And we've been around people like that. You don't want to be one of those guys or girls that thinks that you know enough about anything to where you stop learning. We're always learning from everyone. But now, what do I want you to learn? Well, I want you to learn effective communication, human behavior, and sales psychology. Why? So you can sign up for my program? Absolutely. But more specifically, because I know it'll change your life. I know the value in understanding how to craft your words in a way that people truly resonate with. There's a reason why you are still listening and you're still watching this, whether it's on YouTube or a podcast. It's because of how I'm crafting my words to get you engaged. Because speaking is sort of like a dance. It's like a melody. You're always flowing ins and outs, ups and downs, stops and delays. If you think about a piano, you don't hear the piano when you're pushing down on it. You hear it when you let go. It's a space in between the notes. If you were to hit all the notes at one time, you wouldn't hear it. Or in music, if it was all bass over the lyrics, you wouldn't hear it. But it's those pauses, it's the melodies, it's the drags. And so when you understand your words are the exact same way, and if I say something like, hey, how are you today? Versus, hey, how are you today? Hey, it's nice to meet you. Hey, it's nice to meet you. Cody? Cody. All the same words that I use, but I affected my tone. I changed my tone and that affected the sentence. It made the entire sentence have a different meaning. And the meaning of communication is the response that you get. So if you think you're a great communicator, but you're not closing as many sales as you could be closing, that's a sign you probably should learn to get very deep at subconscious communication and subconscious selling. And now it's my passion to do this work because it's something that I have overcame. And I have a passion for unlocking other men and women to teach them the art and science of effective communication for one outcome, so that you can make more money doing what you love to do while helping people. If that's something that you want to embark on, you want to work with me one-to-one, I'm going to get all up in your business, whether you have a business or not. You want to be a great speaker, I'm going to help you identify and craft your story. We're going to get all the elements of human behavior. So you're going to know exactly why people do what they do. You're going to know how to understand someone's fears, pains, desires, where they're at in life, and how to shift them into a new empowering state. And next, we're going to work on all of your beliefs and you at the identity level to make you believe that you are a powerful speaker and communicator, because you can be and you should be. But there's some layers of fear and other things holding you back that we need to remove first. Once we do that, we craft the powerful story that makes you it gives you the ability to share. Wherever you're at, whether it's a 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, or 30-minute speech, you have something ready to go that actually moves people, because they're just story blocks. They're frameworks that we build upon to give you something you can use over and over. So if this is resonating with you, it's a little bit of a different offer. This is not just marketing or sales training. It's storytelling. It's communication. It's something that you learn one time and you take with you for the rest of your life. So if that costs $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever the case is, let's just even say that my service costs $20,000, which it doesn't. But if it was that high and you were going to have this ability for the next 30, 40, 50 years of your life, how much better of a quality life do you think you'd have from knowing these same strategies that I've learned? How much more money do you think you'd make if you're in business? It's a no-brainer. Click the link in the bio. Talk to you on the inside. Bye-bye.